All right. Call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakal Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. You West Indians, Seminole Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right. Now, what I want to get into today is Second Kings, Second Kings, the second chapter. All right. It's just the story of Elijah and Elisha, all right, before Elijah got taken up by a whirlwind. And there's a reason why I want to get into this story, all right, because when you tell people that the Lord is coming back on chariots, all right, what this world calls the UFO, all right, especially when you tell these Christians, all right, they think you bugged out your mind, that you have lost your mind, all right. But this is the true understanding of the scriptures, all right. That goes to show you that, you know, these Christians and these other people, all right, that think you're bugged out when you say things like that, all right. And it goes to show you that they have no understanding, absolutely no understanding of the Bible or the scriptures, man. All right. And there's many ways to break this down too, man. All right, because I've done videos on this before, man. All right, but I don't think I've ever took this direction. All right, because usually I go with, you know, Isaiah 66. All right, but so I kind of want to break it down using this story. All right, because Elijah was taken up by a whirlwind, man. And what was that whirlwind? All right, because that whirlwind was also known as a chariot. All right, chariots in the Bible, all right, are what this world calls a UFO, man. All right, so let's get into the story, man. All right, because the chariots, all right, what Yahweh Shai is coming back on, all right, our Lord and Savior, all right, the Messiah, all right, it's also going to be the chariots that are going to destroy this place we know as America. All right. So, but anyway, let's just get into the story, all right? Because the main point is in the 11th verse and the 12th verse, all right? So that's what I'm going to read it up to, and then we're going to get into Ezekiel as well, all right, to break it down, you know, a little even further, all right? So, it says, all right, so what this world calls a UFO, all right, they're known as chariots in the Bible. They're also known as horses, all right, or pillars of fire, all right? They're also known as clouds, all right? So let's just get into the scriptures, all right? So it says 2 Kings 2 and 1, all right? And and it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, all right? What do you mean that the Lord is going to take up Elijah by a whirlwind? What is that whirlwind, all right? See, you people read this book for face value, man, not knowing what that whirlwind is actually talking about. See, you people who have no understanding of the scriptures, you probably think that whirlwind is talking about like an actual whirlwind, man, like a tornado or something, that the Lord took him up in a tornado into the spirit world or something, man. Nah, man, that whirlwind is talking about a chariot, what this world calls a UFO, man. All right, he got beamed up into the spirit world by a chariot, man. All right, that chariot beamed him up and took him into the spirit world, man. All right, so it says, and it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. All right, Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord has sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. All right. And the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? And he said, yea, I know it, hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord has sent me to Jericho. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they came to Jericho. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? And he answered, yea, I know it, hold ye your peace. All right, let's keep reading. And Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray thee. Let me read that again. And Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray thee here, for the Lord has sent me to Jordan. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. All right, talking about Elijah and Elisha. All right. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they divided hither and thither, so that they two went over on dry ground. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. All right, now this is the point. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, which are the same thing, because the chariots are also known as horses. All right. Revelation 19 says that the Lord Yahushua, all right, the Messiah, is coming back on a white horse. That white horse is talking about what this world calls a UFO, man. All right, but we know what they are. They're not UFOs to us, man. They're IFOs, man, to us. We know them to be the chariots of the Lord, the chariots of Israel. All right, that's how the elect is going to be saved from this nuclear fire. They're going to get beamed up in the nick of time, right before America gets hit with those nuclear missiles, man. All right. So let's keep reading, all right? And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. Yeah, so there was a splitting between the two, man. All right. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Yeah, so what are these chariots of fire that appeared, man? All right, and these horses of fire that appeared. All right, it says, and parted them both asunder, man. All right, it's not talking about horses, man. All right, so you're trying to act like literal horses. So you're trying to tell me a horse, all right, took up Elijah back up into the heavens, into the spiritual world? Nah, man, it wasn't a literal horse, an actual horse, all right, because it says, then appeared chariots of fire and horses of fire, which are the same thing, all right, and parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind, which is that chariot of fire, the horses of fire, all right. It says, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven, all right. So he got taken up by a so-called UFO, man. All right, what this world calls the UFO, which are known as chariots of fire in the Bible, or horses of fire, all right, also known as whirlwinds, all right, 3 different names, all right, that the so-called, what this world calls is a UFO, all right, 3 different names, all right, in one verse, man. They're known as chariots of fire, horses of fire, all right, and also known as whirlwinds, all right. It says, then appeared a chariot of fire. What is this chariot of fire, huh? This is my question to you people who think that we're the ones that are bugged out, man. all right, that have no understanding of the scriptures, man. What is this chariot of fire, all right, and horses of fire, all right, that parted Elijah and Elisha asunder, man? Huh? What are these chariots of fire and horses of fire that parted Elijah and Elisha asunder, all right? And then it says, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Yeah, so he got taken up by a chariot, man. What this world calls a UFO. He got beamed up, man. All right. And it says, and Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel. All right. Yeah, the chariots of Israel. All right. Took Elijah back into the spiritual world. All right. Back into the spiritual heaven, man. All right. And the horsemen thereof, all right, and he saw him no more. Yeah, he saw Elijah no more, all right. And he took hold of his own clothes, Elijah, all right. Elisha, excuse me. And Elisha took hold of his own clothes and rent them into two pieces. Now, why would he rent his clothes into two pieces? Huh? All right, because what he saw was a chariot, man. A chariot that beamed up Elijah, all right, back into the spiritual world. Now, when you see something like that, that will bug the hell out you, man. It will bug you out your mind, man. All right, and that's why it says when Elisha saw it, he cried, man. He bugged out, man. He cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof, all right? And he saw him no more, meaning he didn't see Elijah anymore, man. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them into two pieces. Yeah, he ripped his clothes in half, man. All right, that's how bugged out that made him. What he saw, it bugged him out that he just ripped his clothes, man. He just bugged out and ripped his clothes, man. You understand? All right. So what are these chariots of fire to the people who think they know something? All right. That's my question to you ones that have no understanding of the Bible. What are these chariots of fire? All right, and horses of fire, man. All right, also known as whirlwinds. All right, because what does Isaiah 66 say? All right, let's get that. Isaiah 66. All right, I really want to get Ezekiel. All right, but let's get Isaiah 66. All right, to prove that even further. All right, that what this world calls the UFO are also known as chariots, man. They're known as chariots in the Bible. They're known as horses or horsemen. All right, they're known as clouds or whirlwinds. All right, so it says right here, Isaiah 66:15, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. All right, so when the Lord comes back, man, all right, he's coming back the same way he left. All right, according to the book of Acts, the 1st chapter. All right, because the same way that Elijah went up was the same way Yahushua the Messiah went up, man. All right, by a chariot, man. All right, and then the angels told the Messiah the same way you see Yahushua go up, the Messiah go up. He's coming back in like manner. All right, so that's why it says right here, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, meaning when the Lord comes back, right, he'll come back with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. What are those chariots, huh? Those chariots are talking about what this world calls a UFO, a so-called UFO, all right? The same way that Elijah got beamed up, all right? He got beamed up by a chariot, all right? What this world calls a UFO, which are known as chariots in the Bible. Again, Isaiah 66, when the Lord comes back, he's coming back with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, all right? Talking about the so-called UFOs, what this world calls a UFO, man. All right, so let's see what these chariots, all right, are described as by Ezekiel. Let's see what these chariots look like, all right, according to the book of Ezekiel. All right, the 1st chapter, starting at the 15th verse. All right, so it says, now I beheld the living creatures. The living creatures is talking about angels. Okay, it says, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel. all right, upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. Now that wheel, excuse me, that wheel is talking about a chariot, all right? It's going to further explain. Let's keep reading, all right? It says, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. Yeah, because the living creatures is talking about the angels, and the wheel is talking about the chariots, what this world calls the UFO. That's how the angels travel, all right? They travel in those chariots, man. All right, what this world calls the UFO. Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. The appearance of the wheels, all right, which is talking about the chariots, all right, what this world calls the UFO, all right. It says the appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and beryl is like a greenish color, if I'm not mistaken, all right. It says the appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel, all right. So the book of Ezekiel, all right, the first chapter is describing these chariots, all right, what took up Elijah back up into the spirit world, all right. It's describing these chariots as a wheel that were in the middle of a wheel, all right. Now, what does that sound like, huh? What does that sound like? It sounds like a so-called UFO, what this world calls a UFO, all right. So that thing, all right, that chariot of fire, those horses of fire, all right, that whirlwind, all right, that took them back up into the heavens, all right, are described in the book of Ezekiel as a wheel within the middle of a wheel, all right. That's what took Elijah back up into the heavens, man, all right. And that's also what took Yahushua up back into the heavens, all right. All right, so that's why when the Lord said, it says right here, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, that's how the Lord is coming back, all right? Those things that are described as a wheel within the middle of a wheel. Hoo, hoo, hoo. It says, and the appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. Yeah, because the chariots, all right, what this world calls the UFO, which are known as chariots in the Bible, all right, or horses, or whirlwinds, or clouds, all right? They all have different colors and shapes and sizes, man. All right. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Whoo! All right. When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went, and their rings, all right, they were so high that they were dreadful. Yeah, these chariots are scary looking, man. They're dreadful, man. All right. And their rings were full of eyes round about them four. All right. And when the living creatures went, all right, which is the angels, all right, the wheels went by them, which is the chariots, all right, because the angels are in the chariots, man, all right. It says, and when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up, man, talking about the chariots, man, all right. Wherever the angels went, the chariots went too, man, all right. It says, whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. Whoo! For the spirit of the living creatures, which is the angels, all right? For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. Whoo! All right, so the angels be in the chariots, man. All right, when you see a UFO in the sky, man, those are the angels, man. Those are the chariots of the Lord, man. Those are the chariots of Israel, like Elisha said when he cried, man. When Elisha, it says Elisha saw it, meaning when he saw Elijah get beamed up into the chariots and back into the spiritual world. All right. It says he cried, my father, the chariots of Israel, man. All right, so those chariots, all right, those UFOs you see in the sky, man, those are aliens, man. There's no such thing as aliens, all right. They're not little blue creatures or green creatures with big ass heads inside them, man. No, those are the angels, man. All right, those are the angels of the Lord, man. All right. So it says, whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Whoo! When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's fire, man. Come on, dog. That's talking about the angels and the chariots, man. All right, what this world calls the UFO, man. All right. What this world calls the UFO. Let me get Zechariah real quick. Zechariah, the 5th chapter. Let's get that. I wasn't even going to get all these scriptures, but we'll get them. All right. So it says right here, Zechariah, the 5th chapter, the 1st verse. All right. And then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. All right. A flying roll, meaning a chariot, what this world calls UFO, all right? What was it that he seen, all right, when he lifted up his eyes? Because he said, then I turned and lifted up my eyes, meaning he looked into the sky, man, all right? And looked, and behold, a flying roll, all right? So what is it that he possibly could have seen that was flying in the sky, all right? Because we're talking about the ancient world here. The ancient world, all right? There was no such things as blimps or helicopters or airplanes, all right? Not even close to those things being invented. We're talking about BC. We're talking about BC times, man, all right? So what was it that he seen that was flying in the sky, man? All right, a chariot, man. The chariots of Israel, man. The chariots of Israel, man. All right, which are the chariots of the Lord. All right, which is our salvation, man. All right, that's how the elect is going to get out of here, escape the nuclear destruction. All right, when America is going to be destroyed, all right, by nuclear fire. All right, Lord willing. All right, that I am part of that number. All right, that the Lord has great mercy to be poured upon me, man. All right, Lord willing. All right. So let's keep reading. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. So he even described how the size of this thing, man. All right. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. That's right, man. Because when Yahushua comes back, all right, this is the curse over the whole earth. All right. When Yahushua comes back, the Messiah, all right, because he's going to come back right when those nuclear missiles are shot off, man. All right. We don't know the day or the hour, all right, but we know, like, we kind of know a little bit. We know by we know because of the prophecies, man, that we see, man. All right, that time is nigh, man, at hand. All right, that he's getting ready to crack those clouds, all right, and save the children of Israel, which is you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, out of this hellhole that we're living in, man. All right, to save us from underneath the hand of the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the devil, man. All right, to save us from this captivity and hell that we're living in, man. All right, and to raise our people to be kings and gods on this planet Earth. All right, to live and to reign forever, man, forever and ever and ever, and that's the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, and every other nation is going to be beneath our feet, man. All right, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you Seminole Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians. All right. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. So it's time to come back to the Most High before he destroys this place, all right? The name of the Lord is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, all right? Those are the names that you pray in, all right? And you call upon, all right? So let's read it again. Zechariah 5:3. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. That's right, because when Yahweh Shai comes with those chariots, with this world called the UFO, they're going to be destroying. All right, they're gonna be, they're gonna shoot, there's gonna be there's gonna be laser beams shooting from them, man. All right, setting this place, this earth on fire, man. All right, you people are gonna be zapped and turned into powder, into mist, man. You're gonna be zapped into juice, man. All right, the 2/3, all right, of the nation of Israel, and all you other nations as well, man. All right, especially you Edomites, man. You so-called white people, the devil. All right. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that. Excuse me, let me read it again. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth, who's the main stealer, man? Right? Who's the main thief? All right, Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white man. All right. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. All right. It says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. That's right, which is America, man. All right, because who's the biggest thief on earth? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, this is the biggest. He's the biggest thief on earth, all right? Esau, Edom, all right? Starting with the elite banking families, all right? He's the biggest thief on earth, all right? This is the land of the thief, all right? America, all right? Because America's Esau, Edom's kingdom, man. America represents Esau, Edom, all right? This is the home of the thief, all right? Enter into the house of the thief, all right? Which is America, all right? The chariots are going to bring great destruction upon, because it's not only going to be the nuclear missiles that destroy this place, it's going to be the chariots as well, all right, with this world called a UFO, man. That's also going to light this place ablaze, man. All right, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Woo! All right. So I hope that was an edifying lesson, Lord willing. All right. I hope whoever's watching this video had learned something, all right, and took it in. All right, so with that being said, I want to say call Halalyam, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. All right. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. You Seminole Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. All right, return to the Most High before it's too late, man. All right, you don't want to be left behind in that nuclear fire, man. All right, you got to pray and beg the Lord for mercy, man. All right, you call upon Yahweh, all right, which is the name of the Most High, and Yahweh Shai, which is his son, man. And then you say Bahashim in the middle of it. Bahashim means in the name. Bah meaning in, Ha meaning the, and Shem meaning name. So you say Yahweh, and then you say Bahashim meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai, all right? Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, all right? Then you say Bahashim again, and then you say Rakah Kwadash, which means Holy Spirit, all right? Which means Holy Spirit, Rakah Kwadash, all right? Rakah meaning spirit, all right? And Kwadash meaning holy, all right? So you say Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Qadash. All right, and then that's how you lead your prayers, man. All right, and that's how you call upon the Most High and pray to the Most High, man. All right, so with that being said, until next time, shalom, shalom.